Total control. Total control. The media and the Democrats want to totally control the narrative, your life, total control. Everything that's out of their control, they're trying to fix that as they would see it now. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. It is election day here in Georgia and also in Minnesota. We're going to look at who is running a tight primary race up there in the Minnesota 5th district. But we've got the 9th and the 14th here in Georgia. There's several key races going on today. It is election day in Georgia, Tuesday morning. Polls are open. They've been open for an hour. I hope Brad Raffensperger, the Secretary of State, will not duplicate the same disaster that the Secretary of State's office in reporting the results last time. Now, I know that I could have gone without making a negative comment on the Secretary of State, so I'll back that up. Can't erase it, can't take it out of there, but we'll move on from it. Will they play college football? Now, you need to understand something, and I say it this way. The Democrats right now have to control everything to get to, give me number 13. They have to control everything to get to November 3rd. If you play college football, you will not be able to stop the college, the environment, the enthusiasm. You will not be able to stop college football and the atmosphere it creates. You won't be able to do that. You can't control it. You can control major league sports. You can control the professional athletes, but college you will not be able to. And let me just say this. Every single thing is political right now. The virus, going back to school, sports, regardless, every single thing's political between now and November 3rd or November 4th or November 5th or how long it takes us to determine who will be the next president of the United States. Will Donald J. Trump continue to be president, or do you want me to believe the American people can't wait to bring a guy out of the basement? Will that be the day he comes out of the basement besides the debates? Now, there's a lot of joking going on about the debates between Joe Biden and President Donald J. Trump. Will Biden's campaign come out in a week and say it's best to have that virtual, 2 screens, Donald somewhere? What will they do? Who will be his VP pick? But everything is controlled. We'll look at that further today. College football season hangs in the balance because if they don't shut down college football, they can't control the narrative. We've got to stop and remove all the medical, not all, a good part of the medical teams and their consultants around these big collegiate, the Big Ten and the Pac-12 and the SEC and the ACC, all of these conferences, it's a liberal group that advises them. Very liberal group that runs the advisory part of these conferences. And if they don't shut this down, I said it yesterday, they can't stop tailgate parties. They can't stop, kids wanting to get drunk, like a 48-hour drunk. College. Come on, mom and dad. I'm sorry if I broke your bubble that game day on college campus starts like Friday after last class and goes to like Sunday at 2. Yes, or they start having hangovers. Don't tell me you don't remember walking a college campus on Sunday afternoon. You can hear a pin drop on Sunday afternoon on a college campus because all the kids are passed out. All right, so that being said, let me get past that. It is election day, so let's look at a couple things. Let's stay focused. This is a new segment that I want to start here, Emily, right here for election day in Georgia. And I just want to talk about a couple things. I want to bring you here. If you are a national audience, stay with us. We are going to cover the Democrats' lineup. They have their lineup, their speaking lineup for the controlled Democrat convention that's ready to roll. Who will be the VP? Who brings the most to the table? Dare I say, is Joe trying to figure out who's the blackest candidate? I know that's wrong, but trust me, this is Joe Biden. Okay. All right. As a VP, I'm going to talk about the 9th Congressional District race and the 14th, but as a VP, are Joe and them trying to figure out who brings what state? Who brings the most? You notice no concern ever about Latinos, Hispanics. You're the next take for granted demographic, or have they? You're the next. Just take you for granted. They're trying to figure out how to tear down your family structure because you see the Democrats. Oh, am I going to get it for this? The Democrats, go look at the family structure of our black family in the 50s and the 60s, 50s, 60s, right? Mom, dad, children, family photos, right? And then the Democrats figured out how to separate the black family unit and turn it into a black vote for eternity. I think Johnson said he'd have those blanks voting for him how many years? Democrat voting Democrat, right? So let me tell you this. This one's going to get me in trouble, but unlike, as Joe Biden said, unlike the African American, we see, Joe was saying, look, we divided that family structure years ago. The Latinos are diverse. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Unlike the blacks in America, the Democrats now are working on how to divide the family structure. So think of it like this. Okay. If Democrats can be as successful, and I hate to call it success, but in their minds, if they could be as successful with, breaking down the Hispanic community, maybe this is a segment right here. This is the second one. We'll have to cut another one in a minute because I got rolling on this. This is pretty good because it's true. But maybe if the Democrats could be as successful with the Latino community, Hispanics, Latinas, and start tearing down the family structure because, they still have mom and dad. Don't get all bent out of shape, but they still, mom, dad, the kids. I enjoy it. I go to the grocery store and I will see the mom and the dad and all the kids come in with them. And it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable to see that. But just take 2020 and then take 2040, 20 years from now, if they can break up the family unit like they have been successful in breaking up the family unit, the Democrats in our African-American community, black voters, then, but the Joe Biden is trying to figure out now who brings, and I like that, if you notice, all of the vice presidential choices, with the exception of Pocahontas up there, Elizabeth Warren and Gretchen Dimwit Moore, the governor of Michigan, with the exception of those two, is a slate of candidates of black female Americans there to be his VP. Totally, no discussion. Black lives is all that matters here. No discussion with the Latino community. All right, so now let's go to 9th Congressional. Let's go to elections. All right, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. So today's election day in Georgia. and the 9th Congressional District. Now, let me give you number 26. This is one of the candidates. Number 26, this is Matt Gertler. Now, Matt is currently a Georgia State representative from the Georgia 8th District State Rep, Matt Gertler. Matt's opponent is number 27 there, Andrew Clyde. All right. So that's in the 9th Congressional District today. Now, let me show you. In the actual primary, there was 9 candidates, 9 in this race. Okay. Well, wait a minute here. I had it just a second ago. Let me see if I can get my picture to come up. There was 9 candidates. I think let's see, 63. Okay. Now, 63. These are the candidates. That's good. I got it over me. Leave it right there over me. That's good. I like the way you put that up there, Emily. Now, in the race there, Michael Bogus, he got 4,497 votes. Now, he is endorsing Matt Gertler. He is the only one that's come out, and he came in last, and he is the only one that's come out. Michael Bogus has come out and publicly said he's supporting Matt Gertler. Now, Matt has not gone on his website at any time and been very proud of that support. Now, Kevin Tanner, which got 15.81% of the vote, 22,000 votes, he has not come out and officially endorsed anyone. But here's the thing in this race, and the reason I want you to see the numbers up there is Andrew Clyde came out with 18,460.46. He came out with 25,914 votes, just a little under 26,000 votes. Gertler came out with 29,000, so 3,500 votes. Matt Gertler did win the top spot in votes in the primary with 29%, 20% of the vote. Okay, but as you can see in this race, it's very fractured. Now, former Congressman Paul Brown got 18,000, and here's what's going to be interesting: is how many of Matt Gertler's voters can he get back to the polls? Because here's my prediction here, is Matt needs to get all 29,462 back. He has to get all of his back, okay? Now, my prediction is Kevin Tanner's voters will not go back and vote, and let's go there first, for Matt Gertler. But although Kevin Tanner did not officially come out and endorse Andrew Clyde, I would suspect the way Matt Gertler attacked Kevin Tanner during the primary, that the 22,000 voters there, you're going to see some percent of those voters come back to the polls. And when they do, I feel the majority of Kevin Tanner's voters will go vote for Andrew Clyde. All right. Now let's get down to the ones that have actually endorsed him. They have come out and taken a picture with Andrew Clyde and have publicly come out and endorsed. In fact, Dr. Paul Brown, let's start there. He wrote a very strong endorsement for Clyde, and he's very upset with Matt Gertler. Now, the interesting thing is Paul Brown and Matt Gertler, this could hurt the worst for Matt, because Dr. Paul Brown is a former congressman, okay? And he did not have the money. Paul Brown and Matt Gertler were actually going after the same voter, okay? Now, basically, Paul Brown has said, hey, my voters out there, don't go vote for Matt Gertler, because Dr. Paul Brown did not have the money to run this race. It is, to me, he was the most impressive to pull off 18,627 votes with really no money to run the campaign. But he has come out and the Georgia Republican Assembly, Let me not the Georgia Republican Party, the Georgia Republican Assembly, which Dr. Paul Brown and Matt Gertler are very involved in. Okay. It split the assembly in the votes of who to go for. Well, Paul Brown has come out and called Matt Gertler a liar. Go look at the post, not me. He's used Matt Gertler lied a couple times in his endorsement for Andrew Clyde. So I think that's big. Paul Brown has asked his voters to go back and vote for Andrew Clyde. Now, Maria Strickland, which came in next to last, but she did come up with 4,871 votes. Okay, 4,171 votes. So Maria Strickland has been on the campaign trail with Andrew Clyde and has been posting on social media as much as she can, endorsing Andrew Clyde. Ethan Underwood, which come up with 12,000 votes, he has publicly come out and been very vocal on his endorsement for Andrew Clyde in this race. He's Ethan Underwood, and he got 12,117 votes. So he is really asking his voters to come out and support Andrew Clyde. And then there's Kelly Weeks, and Kelly got 6,422 votes. And Kelly, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't know Kelly Weeks by now, she has pushed as many people. If you're a Kelly Weeks voter, okay, and here's another thing I want to say, just analyzing politics and what my belief is the reason this was so broken up. If you will see, there's five grouped together, and then after that, where you see the voters have strong support. This is not lukewarm support. If you voted for Kevin Tanner, if you voted for Ethan Underwood, if you voted for Kelly Weeks, this is not lukewarm support for those candidates. Their voters very strong. So Kelly Weeks is asking her 6,422 voters to go back and vote for Andrew Clyde. Now here's the one I think gets the most recognition to me is, and nothing against the other candidates, and I've been Paul Brown, Dr. Brown, and Ethan Underwood, and Maria Strickland, and Kelly Weeks. John Wilkinson. Now, I'm going to say something here, okay? When the campaign started for the 9th Congressional District, I knew of Senator Wilkinson. I had heard some things concerning John Wilkinson. And one person, I always have to be careful with the way I say this because it is about politics. But one person when he first got in the race, I called someone down at the Capitol. Tell me about John Wilkinson from the 50th district up here, Senate district in Georgia, Habersham County, Jackson County, Rabun County. Anyhow, tell me about State Senator John Wilkinson. And this individual said, John is the real deal. And this person said, John is the most honest man under the gold dome. Now that's what I was told. You could take his word to the bank. If he tells you something, you can believe it. And I was like, wow, I want to meet this guy. So I take, and if you don't know that, I make an effort. I make an effort. So when I come on and talk to you about these candidates, each one of these candidates would call you today if you ask them to and tell you that I make an effort to get to know them. I know Dr. Paul Brown. I know Michael Bogus. I know Andrew Clyde now. I know Maria Strickland. I know State Rep Kevin Tanner. I know Ethan Underwood. I know Kelly Weeks. I wanted to get to know John Wilkinson. So I followed the campaign and I got to know John Wilkinson. And here's what I found out. I don't know that there is a lawmaker in Georgia that is beloved and supported like John Wilkinson in the 50th district, Senate district in Georgia. I don't think so. I mean, if you look at his campaigns there, the people in his district, they love their state senator. And I'm just going to tell you, they do. So when John Wilkinson, and see, John Wilkinson, I'll say this, I'm aware through the Clyde campaign that Wilkinson really vetted Andrew Clyde. Now, that's what I'm aware of. He really vetted Andrew Clyde went deep. I understood there was a personal meeting. He asked all of his questions because John Wilkinson is not the kind of guy to just take a picture with you and say, I endorse you, okay? Endorse you. And when he came out with that endorsement, that to me was, I don't say endorsements always are big. That's big because the people, to me, in the 50th district, if John Wilkinson says, go vote for this guy, they think, go vote for that guy. So John Wilkinson, 16,314 votes. So here you go. Paul Brown rounding it out, 18. Oh, put that back up. I know you took that down. Put that back up real quick. Paul Brown, 18. Strickland, close to 5. We'll round up. Tanner, 22,000. Underwood, 12. Kelly Weeks, 6,500. And John Wilkinson, 16,000. All right. Matt Gertler, leave that for a second. Matt Gertler got 29,426. Now take that down. All right. So that's number one, what I see in this race today. If the candidates that have endorsed, or including Kevin Tanner, if the candidates that have endorsed Andrew Clyde and Andrew Clyde gets his voters back, okay, if they break for Clyde in the majority of the voters that come back, Clyde could be the winner today. That's one factor. Matt Gertler has to bring back 29,426. My opinion is Matt has to bring all of his voters back. And my opinion is Matt has not picked up a lot of new voters. There's not been a big break away from Clyde. I don't think Clyde's voters have broke towards Matt. And I certainly know Matt's voters not broke towards Clyde. But I know the opponents, as I put up there, they have broke their votes breaking Clyde's way. Second factor I want to put in here, and then we'll move along from these two candidates, is Matt Gertler has had, and will this affect, okay? Matt Gertler has had over $2 million and outside the 9th district money, okay, from super PACs, from DC Swamp. Matt Gertler, there's been $2 million poured into the 9th district. Now, will the voters overlook that? Because you cannot overlook the attacks on Andrew Clyde, the false, okay? I vetted these attacks. I looked at them. I see how they spin. They're vicious. They're dirty. Matt Gertler has not condemned a single one of them. So I'm telling you right now, I think that these attacks with $2 million, I don't know, may be effective. But are you in the 9th Congressional District of Georgia okay with, are you okay with the PAC money being poured into the state for a candidate? Or do you think Matt Gertler would be a representative for you? Or what do these people want for their money? People want something for their money. Trust me. And then the last thing is, out of 20 counties in the 9th Congressional District, 14. Now, the city and municipal first responders, fire chiefs, so on and so forth, okay? 14 sheriffs, counties, 14 counties, their sheriff endorsed Andrew Clyde. Law enforcement, not supporting Matt Gertler. Matt Gertler, to my recollection, does not have one picture of an endorsement at all from any law enforcement in the 20 counties of the 9th district. Not one does he have at all that I'm aware of. So law enforcement, first responders, okay? There's a lot out there. So Andrew Clyde, he spent about $1 million of his own money for the most part. And the majority of the money he has raised has come from the district. Those are just the facts in the case. Okay, Gertler did not vote for HB 838, the Peace Officers Bill of Rights. He does not have law enforcement support. He does not have the majority of first responders support. But just saying, okay. And he has all of his opponents, with the exception of one. And if Michael Boggess is the endorsement, I've met Michael. I know him. I mean, he's an okay guy. He works every day for a living. I give him that. All right. But if Michael Boggess is the support you want, you don't have one of your opponent's supporters. I mean, not one of your opponents is supporting you. No law enforcement, and $2 million of PAC money. So that's the 9th Congressional District today. Get out there. You have Andrew Clyde and Matt Gertler to pick from. And I say this because, okay, I say this because whoever wins today, and Democrats don't get upset unless you pour $5 million into the district, and that still may not do it. Whoever wins today, polls close at 7, get out and vote. That will be your next congressman in the 9th Congressional District. Okay? So, Emily, I want to get this out, the 9th District. I want to get it out ASAP. I want it on all the social media. BKP, discusses the 9th Congressional District race, breaks down the two candidates. Before you go vote, listen to BKP break down the two candidates in the 9th Congressional District race. I want to get that out. 911 on this one. I want to take a break, and I want to come back and do the 14th Congressional District in Georgia, and then we've got our national things we want to look at. So the 14th Congressional race and district, district, forget it, whatever the hell. It's made a lot of national news. We'll tell you why right after this. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 2013, a fellow Northeast Georgian, Andrew Clyde, experienced IRS abuse in the form of civil asset forfeiture firsthand.
I'm Andrew Clyde, combat veteran, small business owner, and Republican candidate for Congress. When the IRS unconstitutionally seized $940,000 from my armory, I took them to court and won. But when I found out that other innocent Americans were losing their small businesses to the same IRS abuse, I decided this was war. I went to Washington to testify against the IRS, and with the help of Congressman Doug Collins, we won again. On July 1st, 2019, President Trump signed our bill into law as part of the Taxpayers First Act, ensuring the corrupt IRS never did this to another American again. I'm Andrew Clyde, Republican candidate for Congress. I approve this message because when it comes to protecting our freedoms, you have to know how to fight and win.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is more than just your average Ace. We have a huge selection of Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next trip. We have a huge selection of lumber for your next building project. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs. Plus, we have everything you'd expect like paint, tools, and equipment.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
The Chevy inventory is rolling in again, and Days Chevrolet in Jasper is discounting them deep. North Georgia's #1 truck, the Silverado 1500 Crew Cab, discounted up to $8,000 off. Plus, get huge savings with 0% financing for 84 months on every Equinox and Trax. Everyone's been waiting for these Chevys, and we've got them for less at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, VKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, it is August 11th, 2020. And today it's election day in Georgia. The runoff in the primary. Now, a lot of local elections going on. We have a magistrate judge runoff in Gilmer, a chairman, a commission chair in Fannin County. We have a tax commissioner in Pickens. All across the state and all across Georgia, there are runoff elections, but we're highlighting two, the 9th Congressional and the 14th this morning. Before we start our 14th Congressional District, you can always text me, tell me I'm right, wrong. I'd prefer to hear I'm right, but if you have information, you are the research department. Let me just say that again. You are the research department out there. How I get most of this stuff is from viewers that send stuff and so forth. But let me just go to this. The Seattle, and once we finish the 14th Congressional District race here in Georgia, and the reason I bring it up is you run into candidates that they just try to destroy, and it's very clear how the media works to try to take down a candidate. And I don't know what really scares people about this lady, but we'll get to it in a minute. But the police chief in Seattle has resigned, okay? They threatened to burn down residential buildings. People trying to sleep in Portland with people outside shining big spotlights in their bedroom windows, telling them they will tear down capitalism. They will burn the building down they're sleeping in. Seattle defunds the police. Don't think, okay? Now, Governor Inslee out there, the Seattle mayor, I forget her name. We'll get into that in a minute. Don't think when Democrats, Joe Biden, they want to defund law enforcement, period. Okay. So they're out there. Chicago's looting. They're just cracking the windows open and looting and high-end stores and so forth. But we're spending our time and resources. Give me number 61. These are the COVID-19 checkpoints. Checkpoint Chickie. Okay. These are the COVID-19 checkpoints. George Washington Bridge, Lincoln Tunnel, Holland Tunnel, Bayonne Bridge, Goethals Bridge. So if you're coming across Goethals in the Staten Island, and then the Bayonne Bridge, okay, from Staten Island on out to, is it Long Island? Whatever. And then the Outer Bridge Crossing, Edison, if you're going to sneak in the Outer Bridge Crossing, the checkpoints are set up. That's what we're spending our resources on. Democrats have to completely control the narrative and control everything between now and November, and they plan on doing it. That was the checkpoints. I've got another one here. Let me see. Give me number. Democrats have released their their schedule for next week, number 44. Okay. So Monday, the DNC speaker's schedule next week. Monday, Bernie Sanders will lead off. Okay. And we will go through. Now, Governor John Kasich is all excited to get to, and the Obamas, Michelle's going to be there, Sally Yates, Chuck Schumer, John Kerry, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Bill Clinton. He even gets a speaking slot. Dr. Jill Biden, he gets a speaking spot after knowingly going to Epstein's Island with the underage girls. But hey, those are Democrats, those damn Democrats. All right, so we're going to get into that. Now, let's go back to, let's start a new segment for Georgia politics again. This is the 14th Congressional District. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So today over in the 14th Congressional District, okay, we have another situation where we have a runoff, and number 62, and it's between, this is the two candidates today, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, I've met Marjorie a couple times. I've interviewed her on this show, and this is her opponent, Nero Surgeon John Cowan. Okay. Is it Cowan? John Cowan. That's the name. Marjorie Greene, John Cowan. All right. So that is the runoff in the 14th Congressional District there. Let me show you what the vote for the 14th in the election. Okay. Much different breakdown. And this is number 64. And they had number 64. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candidates, just like the 9th Congressional District. Now, the big difference here is, okay, out of 9 candidates, only two broke double digits. 7 candidates did not break double digits, okay? Now, what I showed you over in the 9th Congressional District, it was packed in there with about 5 candidates in double-digit voting. But only 2 here. Marjorie Taylor Greene came away with 43,892 votes, 40% out of 9. She walked away with 40% out of 9, 0.34. Now, Cowan come away with 22,862, 21%. And he is in the runoff. So 43,892 to 22,862. Quite a gap. So in a runoff, you want to get your voters back, but you don't anticipate the other voters for the other candidates will come back and vote for you. So we don't know how strong the support is in the other candidates to come back and vote for John Cowan. So what does John Cowan need to do? He needs to make up an enormous gap. But hey, how can you go wrong if you have the help of the media? Every sense from the AJC, it's too long to go into. Go ahead and take that down. Okay. Every since the Marjorie Greene won the primary, there has been a major effort. So John Cowan, although he is running on the Republican ticket in the 14th Congressional District, is running with the media, their help, in trying to take down Marjorie Greene. Now, if after, now you got to understand, these attacks did not start. They were time released. It's like a medical time release capsule. Marjorie Greene did not get these attacks from the media until the day she won 40%, and she is walking away with the race. The very next day, AJC, New York Times, everybody. So this morning, the last effort, let's go to the Hill, and this is just one of many out this morning, number 56. And this has happened to her since. Now, QAnon supporter in Georgia heads into tight GOP runoff. QAnon supporter. Interesting, right? Give me number 57. Here's one of the in the article. Here's one. Georgia House candidate Marjorie Taylor Greene is coming under renewed scrutiny. Renewed, okay? They've been doing this every day for her past racist rhetoric and embrace of conspiracy theories as she heads into Tuesday's Republican primary runoff. Greene, who said that you cannot read QAnon and you can just, who said that? I mean, let me tell you something. On my Facebook page, and I will admit this, I make friends. I join every Democrat group. Well, you can attack me now. I joined every Democrat group. I think I'm in 2 QAnon groups. I'm in grassroots for this candidate group, grassroots for that candidate group, a group against, wearing red hats. What I am a member of so many of these groups, so I can keep up with what's going on. I keep up with what's going on, what they're doing, okay? Racist rhetoric, embrace conspiracy theories. She heads into Tuesday's Republican primary runoff. Here's what I have on the screen. Green, who faces neurosurgeon, okay, John Cowan, and the 14th Congressional District to replace retired Representative Tom Graves, Republican, has made a number of bigot remarks, okay, such as calling African Americans slaves to the Democrat Party. Let me pause on that for a minute. African American slaves. Okay. She has also embraced conspiracy theories like those put forth by QAnon. If Green wins Tuesday and in November, she would be the first open QAnon supporter elected to Congress. And while House GOP leaders have condemned videos showing Green making racist and Islamophobic remarks, most of the party's leadership has stayed neutral in the runoff, whose winner is almost certain to win in November. Okay? It's solid safe for Republicans. Look at the way she's being treated. She would be the first openly QAnon supporter. Now, if you were the first openly gay member of Congress, there'd be a celebration. The first openly Muslim in Congress, there's a celebration. But this, how dare you come to Congress and have a different view? So I'm just saying, Marjorie Greene, I'm not endorsing her or her opponent. I've met both of them. I met John Cowan about 3 weeks ago and talked to him for about 20 minutes, trying to get to know him a little bit. Seems like a nice guy. But his campaign strategy, and here's the New York Times. Let me give you the New York Times this morning, okay? And we'll get into what to watch, number 58, what to watch in the in Tuesday's election. Ilhan Omar and Georgia's QAnon candidate. QAnon candidate. New York Times. You ready for the headlines tomorrow morning? If she wins, wonder if it will make Morning Joe. Wonder if it will make CNN. Wonder if it'll make ABC, NBC, CBS. Wonder if it'll make all the publications. Georgia sends first QAnon candidate to Congress. Sure thing. QAnon candidate going to Congress. That's the New York Times. So, one more time, number 64, just want to show this. Remember today in the 14th Congressional District, Marjorie Greene came in with 43,892. Cowan came in 22,862. Cowan has a big, go ahead and take that down. Go ahead and take that down. And Cowan has a big gap to recover here. Really big gap, and this is number 62. This is Cowan and Marjorie Greene. But, you know, hey, listen, if you're the candidate and you're John Cowan, you take advantage of it because they started this the night of the election. When Marjorie Greene won 40% of the vote out of 9 candidates, there was an OSH asterisk moment in the media. This woman could go to Congress. Okay. So what they did is she could go to Congress. So what they did is started the attacks immediately. John Cowan, he is making up ground on Marjorie Greene. But will it be enough tonight in the 14th Congressional District? I can't wait to see the headlines in the morning. So that is the other take on the 14th Congressional District. Emily, I want to get that out there and blast it out everywhere, because people, they're going to the polls, but they don't close till 7, and maybe they watch this and they make their decision on who to go vote for. I'm going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and then we're going to get into the national news of the day that I have teed up for you. I think you will enjoy. Take a break.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Experience from day one. As many of you know, I have over 30 years of law enforcement experience. Throughout my career, I've never seen times like we have right now. These times are very scary and are concerning to me and the citizens of Gilmer County. I'm ready to serve Gilmer County from day one because I have that experience, and it does matter. I understand what a search warrant and an arrest warrant is. It deals with our constitutional rights. The Fourth Amendment right protects us against illegal searches and seizures. What is an arrest warrant, and what does it contain? It contains probable cause that is articulated from statutory law. It has to include the elements of those statutory law and probable cause to be a valid arrest warrant. Any warrant that comes before me that is not a valid arrest warrant won't be signed off on. I will protect your constitutional rights. I would like to ask for you to vote for my experience. Look at my experience and understand that I have enforced the law the majority of my adult life. Please vote for me on August 11th. I'll be ready from day one. My opponent, with all due respect, doesn't have that experience. When I walk in that office that first day, I'll be ready to serve Gilmer County. Thank you.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 2013, a fellow Northeast Georgian, Andrew Clyde, experienced IRS abuse in the form of civil asset forfeiture firsthand.
I'm Andrew Clyde, combat veteran, small business owner, and Republican candidate for Congress. When the IRS unconstitutionally seized $940,000 from my armory, I took them to court and won. But when I found out that other innocent Americans were losing their small businesses to the same IRS abuse, I decided this was war. I went to Washington to testify against the IRS, and with the help of Congressman Doug Collins, we won again. On July 1st, 2019, President Trump signed our bill into law as part of the Taxpayers First Act, ensuring the corrupt IRS never did this to another American again. I'm Andrew Clyde, Republican candidate for Congress. I approve this message because when it comes to protecting our freedoms, you have to know how to fight and win.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is more than just your average Ace. We have a huge selection of Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next trip. We have a huge selection of lumber for your next building project. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs. Plus, we have everything you'd expect, like paint, tools, and equipment.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
The Chevy inventory is rolling in again, and Days Chevrolet in Jasper is discounting them deep. North Georgia's #1 truck, the Silverado 1500 Crew Cab, discounted up to $8,000 off. Plus, get huge savings with 0% financing for 84 months on every Equinox and Trax. Everyone's been waiting for these Chevys, and we've got them for less at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
Hey, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. One thing I did leave out during the other two segments with the 9th and 14th Congressional District, voter turnout. And several counties have big runoff elections. For example, Gilmer County will have a good turnout because magistrate judge. Fannin County will have a good turnout because of the commission chair. Towns County will have a good turnout because of sheriff. Pickens County will have a good turnout because of tax commissioner. There'll be good turnouts in some of these counties, and we'll see how that goes for the candidates. That being said, I want to give a shout out to Steve. MAGA drain the swamp. Vote Trump, mobs or jobs. That's it. What do you want, mobs or jobs? That's a classic. And then vote Trump 2020 perfect vision. Now, Steve had these made and gave these to me. This hat here, Trump 2020 keep America great. Okay, that one. Who gave me that one? Somebody did. Oh, my God, I'm in trouble. Big shout out to Steve. All right, Democrat total control. I'm telling you, college football is something, if they do not control this, it could get out of hand, and I don't mean the virus, okay? Now, I'm getting ready, schools. They had to create the return to school disaster, and they're focusing on Georgia this morning, okay? So there's a couple things here I want to put together because all roads lead to November 3rd, and all roads are strategically put in place to see how. Let's say this. If they could create a disaster in Georgia, especially within the schools, who brings what to the ticket? So we're going to get into Joe Biden and the VP run, okay? Val Demings in Florida. Can she bring Florida in? Can she bring Florida in? Now, don't forget, okay, that there is a little bit of juice in having a VP pick that can bring something in. Now, John McCain had to bring in a conservative because we all know. We got together in a room because, trust me, I was in the room like, how the hell are we going to sell McCain as a conservative? Holy smokes. This is going to be a challenge. John McCain. So every pick down through history, not every, but, what do you bring in? So will Gretchen Whitmer, okay, now 90% of their voters are going to vote because there's a D there, Democrat. They're going to vote for Joe Biden. So is the enthusiasm gap for Joe Biden so low? They have to pick somebody to bring enthusiasm gap up? Okay. Or can Joe carry the ticket? Can Jim Clyburn and people like that get out and whip everybody into shape? Can Bernie Sanders, Ocasio-Cortez, Jim Clyburn, Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, can they whip their voters in shape and say, shut the hell up and vote Joe Biden? Just get him in there and we'll take care of it after that? So will Val Demings bring something in Florida? Will Susan Rice be enough to shut down the investigations going on about her cronies and what they did? Would that be enough? What do they bring to the table? I cannot figure out Kamala Harris, what she brings to the table. California is in the tank, must not be, or something. If they're looking at Kamala Harris, because I can't figure out what she brings to the ticket right now. Gretchen Whitmer. All right, Elizabeth Warren's bringing money, okay? Gretchen Whitmer, will she bring Michigan? Keisha Lance Bottoms, is Georgia really in play? Will she bring Georgia? Val Demings, will she bring Florida? So let's see. It may have been done. I should have checked during the break. Supposedly today or tomorrow. Let me see. I want to make sure. I did not check this. That Joe has not made an announcement, and it would be no. Okay. So not that I see an announcement here for Joe. I think it'll be today or tomorrow. But so what does it bring to the ticket? Now, they have to control every single thing. They have to make returning to school a disaster. So they're using Georgia this morning. So let's run through the back to school disaster in Georgia by CNN, because there's a couple things we're going to do, okay? Number one, Trump falsely claims children don't transfer COVID to others, all right? So we have the high school in Paulding County where they took the picture, North Paulding High School took the picture of the hallway, right? And they've shut it down to sanitize. Oh, we are spending. They just spend your money. If they were spending their own, okay? When you're spending your own money, you get a couple extra miles out of those tires. Let's see, $200 a tire. That's $800. Let's ride those puppies till we see the steel belts, right? All right? But when they're spending somebody else's money, sanitize it. Safety first. Oh, my God. I understand safety first, but did you have to take my wallet with you? But just sanitizing the whole high school. 9 kids, okay? Now, supposedly 600 kids in Cherokee County, just south, down 515, hit 575, keep going, Canton, boom, 16 schools. Like 600 kids tested for COVID, right? If they could just bring down school openings, it's all got to do with November 3rd. Now, when they get a hot COVID case, they run the kids home, run all of them home, sanitize, okay? So here's where I'm going to really, Trump falsely claims children don't transfer COVID to others. Let me say this, okay? We have to care for our seniors. We have to. The death rate, okay, CNN's not talking about Cuomo, which killed the senior citizens. And what's her name? Janice Dean. Janice Dean at Fox 2, I think it's her in-laws. Both of her mother-in-law and father-in-law died due to Andrew Cuomo's stick them back in the home with COVID. Cuomo killed thousands of seniors in New York, and he's being heralded as some hero that solved the COVID problem in New York. While knowingly, we set the Javits Center up. We set the Javits Center up. Nobody used the beds. We set the floating medical ship. Nobody used the beds. We set up doctors. We paid for thousands of first responders, doctors, nurses, everybody. We sent the respirators. We did everything, but Cuomo still just killed. Cuomo kill. What happened here? You know, it's like the guy no speak English. I no speak English. What happened here? I no speak English. What happened? Cuomo kill. That's all I know. I don't speak English. Anyhow, boom. Janice Dean. But Trump falsely claims. Now, here's where I'm going to get in trouble. Stay with me. I hope you're still here. School starts back. Relax. Now, we have sent every one of our damn kids with designer masks. It's so exciting. Okay. It's not the lunchbox. It's the cool kids. What is a cool kid mask? I mean, this is really crazy, but it's what's going on. So we have to get our kids the coolest mask. And I bet Nike has one with a swoosh, right? And I bet it's like $92, right? I mean, you gotta have something on your face. It's got to be cool. It can't just be anything. Mom, I can't just go out of the house with a 99-cent mask, Mom. Oh, yeah, I'm not joking. You know I'm telling the truth. So the lunchbox is no longer the coolest thing you can buy. It's the mask. So we got these kids running around with masks on their face, okay? Now, my question to you is, why have we not done this in the past? And I'll tell you why. Because you and I both know, and I have, there's a couple people in our organization that have young kids, okay? And there's one in particular that I know every year, if the little boy, I just gave it away. Well, anyhow, there's been a couple when the little boys, will say that, goes off to school, we know they're going to start bringing a cold home. So it's not unusual. School starts and one or two of the people say, I got a cold. Well, guess where I got it? It came home from school. All right. Because what we know is the first, 3 weeks, whatever, that every kid touches the blocks and wipes their nose and everything. And the next thing you know, everybody in the school's got a cold and everybody comes home with a cold. So when school starts, we got a miserable month of colds, right? They really blow up. All right. You know that. Okay. They bring them home. You take them to work. Everybody's got a cold. School starts. Now, how come for the common cold, we have not had these kids in masks for years, at least for the first month? I mean, when you think with the common cold and these kids getting colds, okay, they are recovering from COVID. Why have we not put these kids in masks for years for the first 30 days so they don't bring it home? They don't bring it to grandma. Well, grandma could not get over. She couldn't get over it this fall. Little whatever brought the cold home, gave it to mom. Mom gave it to Granny. Granny's in the hospital bed. Next thing you know, she got pneumonia and she died. I'm just saying, okay? Why have we not masked these kids up earlier in life, right? Why not let them go to school and get COVID and just don't come home to seniors or vulnerable people? I don't know. I mean, I'm going to tell you, if every time a child or every time somebody gets COVID in this country, we close something. Oh, that's right. November 3rd. I just got back on the ground. November 3rd. If they could just control this narrative, let's go to number 2, the school closing. COVID more dangerous among minority children. This one just sent me through the roof. Now, here's what I think. This is actually a joke. I should probably tell you up front because people I never know when you're serious. I think what they should do, here's what I think they should do. I think they should put all the white kids in one class. Oh, he's segregating them. No. Put all the white kids in one class. Boom, throw a COVID bomb in there, whatever you got to do. Shut the door and up the percentages. I think you should just make it to where white kids are getting it, but Hispanic kids get it 8 times more. Hispanic children are 8 times more hospitalized over whites. Well, hell, you say. Where's Jose? Well, he's in the hospital. He's a 3rd grader. He's in the hospital. Why is Jose in the hospital? Because his name's not John. If he was John and a white kid, he wouldn't have been in the hospital. I'm serious. That's where we're at. It's so friggin' crazy, folks. It's out there. CDC data. COVID more dangerous among minority children. That's the children, the minority children. We want to kill them. Let's stay with the kid takedown, okay? I told you this. Let's stay with control. I told you this. The Democrats plan to control every single thing between now and November 3rd. I told you this months ago. They will block. They run interference. Democrats come in and they see, what do we have to run interference on next? Back to school. They've been getting ready on back to school. Minority kids, how many kids? COVID, shut down Georgia. I told you they would run interference on the vaccine. Number 6, they were prepared for this. Number 6, ready? Trial data shows no way. No way. I don't care what Trump comes out and tell you. I don't care what Fauci tells you, Bricks tells you. I don't care what the Pope tells you. No way a vaccine will be ready by Election Day. No way. We're cutting that off. Cutting it off right now, Mr. President. We're not going to let you sell that to the American people. Why, if you have hope out there, if you have hopes and dreams that we can get this vaccine ready in time for an election, we're going to make sure it doesn't happen. Told you that. Told you that. Number 7. No way. Okay? No way. Here's Pfizer. Number 9. Trial data shows no way a vaccine will be ready by Election Day. They are going to and determine, this is the timeline they have, number 10, July 27th, August 7th, enrolled 4,536 trial participant, need 30,000 participants total. Expect first dose completed in September, second dose 28 days later. No way a vaccine is ready by Election Day. Don't let Trump sell you on that. Now, here's number 11, right? It's our children. Social Security was yesterday. They didn't do Social Security and Medicare today. Okay, that was yesterday. They're going to double back on the seniors. They got time. School's opening. This is a priority right now. They'll double back on the seniors, try to get you to believe that you're not going to get a Social Security check and your Medicare is going to get canceled because Trump is trying to do everything economically to stabilize this country economically. And the Democrats are trying to do everything they can to stabilize Democrat poorly run cities and states. Real simple. Who's trying to do what for who? Okay. But right now it's the kids. Number 11, the children. The children, okay? Anytime they want more taxes, in gas taxes for highways, it's a busload of children are going to be going over the bridge that collapses. And I'm still waiting for that bridge to collapse with a busload of children. Oh, my God, I should have never said that, right? So number 11, 90% increase in COVID among children over the last 4 weeks. Among children. Oh, my God. Death rates. Now, here we talked about this. Number 12, college football season hangs in the balance. Hangs in the balance. Total control. Everything ends, as far as this is concerned, November 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, whatever, when they can determine if they could get Joe Biden in. College football, I told you yesterday, okay? They cannot stop the college atmosphere. You're tired of hearing that. Baseball, Major League Baseball, this is a billion-dollar organizations, multi-million dollars playing it, okay? Bonds, the bond companies, I still wonder who's paying the payments to the bond companies that put these billion-dollar, that put up the bond money for these billion-dollar stadiums. Oh, yeah. Stadiums all across this country that we've built in the last 10 years, billions of dollars. All right? To the point where who's paying those payments? But the professionals, they can totally and completely control the narrative. Yes. Okay? NBA, okay? Major League Baseball, you name it. NFL, they're all in the tank. They're all, college, you can't control the atmosphere. Now, college campuses are, petri dishes, right? To, communism, okay, and socialism, all the above. These leftist professors that hate capitalism, and they're in the tank, okay? The kids go over there. They're not totally gone, okay? The kids are not totally gone. They go over there as freshmen. They've been influenced their whole life by their parents. They do have some outside influence through high school, these liberal high schools, which, don't take this wrong, even where you live in North Georgia, you have very, very liberal administrators in your schools, okay? So that being said, but they go off to college and they're not completely gone until they get to college. And college knows and universities know that they're going to finish the job. They know that. They will finish the job. They will take these kids away from mom and dad. It's the final time they get to take them away and totally immerse them into the liberal ideology, the doctrine that they want them to have when they get out of school. That being said, you have football teams where players go in the locker room, used to go in the locker room. They want to play football. They want to play baseball. They want to participate in their sport. Okay. There's young men that the weight room is their politics, their religion, and their ideology. And I just say it is. Okay. Same thing with young ladies. I mean, competitive cheer or whatever, weight room, working out, whatever. It's their and I say this nicely, it's their religion, ideology, it's their politics, it's everything they do to prepare these intents, okay? Not knocking religion, all right? And then you have these coaches, and these coaches, for the most part, they're not liberal coaches. They're not interested in liberal stuff. They're more or less, a lot of them, conservatives. And then you have the college game day experience, okay, where mom and dad come over, and the alumni money, oh my God, the alumni come over. They have their seats, all right? The band has their section, and it's big. College bands, it's big time. The students have their section, get the face painters and everything. They're all ready to go. This is not NFL, all right? Alumni, everybody pours in, okay? Stadiums, jokingly, not half full in the first quarter because the drunks are coming out. I'm sorry, call them drunks. But, you know, the tailgaters are still wrapping up their beer coolers and stumbling in through the gates, okay? And they get in there, and you have the tailgaters, you have the campers, you have the whole atmosphere. So I'll get over that. It's not, they can't control it. If college football, and I'll move on, if college football comes out and says, we are going to play in empty stadiums, I'll leave it there. What say you? Number 13, college football season hangs in the balance. All right. Number 14. Okay, the MAC is already canceled. Number 15. Coronavirus education effect. Okay. Now, we've done a study and we found out, CNN, I'm being facetious, right? Is that the word? 16, relief fund allocation may be shortchanging Black communities. Well, you know, we knew that was coming, right? Here we go, number 17. Now, they're not finding white kids, right? No white kids. Coronavirus in children are minorities, are poor kids, okay? Here's another one. Not white kids. Number 19, okay? 90% increase in COVID among children over the last 4 weeks. Georgia schools, number 20. Georgia schools experiencing coronavirus outbreaks. Now, I'm telling you, this is total control that they're going for. Total and complete control of our lives, the kids, how we watch our sports, how we get to participate in our sports. Every single thing, okay? Here's number 21. Georgia schools experience coronavirus outbreaks. 22. Here is a school down in Cherokee County, number 23. On and on about Georgia schools. Now, kids, this is got to stop the schools, okay? Number 24, 90% increase in COVID among children last 4 weeks. Look at this little girl. She got a helmet on and a mask. Poor kid, poor kid. Hey, look, Joe Biden rides without a helmet. Number 25, just putting it out there. Trump falsely claims children don't transfer the coronavirus. Okay. And MSNBC going in a little different direction this morning there. Number 35, Trump once again attacks mail-in voting. All right. Now we're moving here because the only way, if Americans go to the polls and actually vote, cast their vote in person, Biden doesn't stand a chance. There's no chance whatsoever. Now, I understand a lot of people call some of the voting machines that we have in America very faulty, but if the American people were to go and cast their vote, push a button, Biden does not, Joe Biden does not stand a chance in this country. It will be a landslide I don't think it'll be a presidential landslide for the history books, okay? But mail-in ballots, It's what they're hanging on. If they can't get mail in, they know they're in trouble because that's where they can steal the election. And they want it to go to the judges. Democrats want judges to decide, okay? For 37, once again, Trump once again attacks mail-in voting. Number 38, mail-in ballot applications in Virginia tap into worries about fraud with faulty instructions. I just knew Trump is on target with the mail-in ballot. They know it. That's why they're so upset over mail-in ballots and that it's being exposed, that I'm on here exposing it. You're on here. You're out there exposing it to the people you talk to. All right. Let's take a break and finish our last 30 minutes when we come back with some video and the lineup for the national convention and also Trump's executive order. Okay. Let's take a quick break. All right.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 2013, a fellow Northeast Georgian, Andrew Clyde, experienced IRS abuse in the form of civil asset forfeiture firsthand.
I'm Andrew Clyde, combat veteran, small business owner, and Republican candidate for Congress. When the IRS unconstitutionally seized $940,000 from my armory, I took them to court and won. But when I found out that other innocent Americans were losing their small businesses to the same IRS abuse, I decided this was war. I went to Washington to testify against the IRS, and with the help of Congressman Doug Collins, we won again. On July 1st, 2019, President Trump signed our bill into law as part of the Taxpayers First Act, ensuring the corrupt IRS never did this to another American again. I'm Andrew Clyde, Republican candidate for Congress. I approve this message because when it comes to protecting our freedoms, you have to know how to fight and win.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is more than just your average Ace. We have a huge selection of Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next trip. We have a huge selection of lumber for your next building project. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs. Plus, we have everything you'd expect like paint, tools, and equipment.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hey,
The Chevy inventory is rolling in again, and Days Chevrolet in Jasper is discounting them deep. North Georgia's #1 truck, the Silverado 1500 Crew Cab, discounted up to $8,000 off. Plus, get huge savings with 0% financing for 84 months on every Equinox and Trax. Everyone's been waiting for these Chevys, and we've got them for less at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done.
Find new roads.
Okay, we're back. Emily, are you ready for this 25-minute mad dash? Because it's going to be. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. Always enjoy the staff in the studio there. They do a great job every morning. Glad to have Emily on the controls. Now, let's look at, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. You can contact me 24/7. You can text me. You can call me. You can email me. Done, over with. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go. Now, the Democrats have released their convention talking order. And our theme today has been total control. Okay. Now, one of the reasons they want, now they're going nuts over number 28. All right. Number 28, President Donald Trump. Now, Jamie Dimon of CNN, well, we know where he wants to go to the battlefield in Gettysburg because he likes Confederate stuff. He's that Confederate guy. He's got flags. He's got hats. He's got the Confederate whatever. Yes, they're freaking out. We have narrowed down the presidential nomination acceptance speech to be delivered on the final night of the convention, Thursday, to 2 locations, the great battlefield of Gettysburg. It freaks them out. And Trump knows when he says this, Pennsylvania. Oh, in Pennsylvania. And the White House, Washington, D.C. We will announce the decision soon. All right. So what Trump knows is Trump knows he has a decision. He has to keep interest in the Republican convention decision. There's a decision there that there needs to be media attention. Now, he knows that he's not going to just get free media and positive media in any way. So he's got to create some kind of buzz to keep the Republican convention in the narrative, in the conversation with Joe Biden's VP pick. Okay? You and I both know that, the media is like, they're on Biden's VP pick watch big time, all right? They've assigned somebody to every one of these possible candidates. They're watching them come out of there. They just came out of their house, getting in the car, moving north on Oak. They're doing all of this. They're watching these people. Trump knows to keep the Republican Party convention in the discussion is to keep circulating where will he give his acceptance speech. So we don't know, but they're going nuts. Now, the Democrats have released their list of their convention list. Where is it at? I had it here just a minute ago. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go with number 44. Okay. So Monday night it opens up, and they're going to let Bernie kick it off. Bernie's going to set the tone. So I don't know if this is good, it's bad, but Bernie gets to kick it off. Bernie gets the ball rolling. Total control. They do not want this convention, I've said it for months, to get out of control. They do not want Black Lives Matter there. They do not want AR-15s outside with Antifa, with masks on. They don't want it. They have to keep control. They do not want Bernie backlash delegates. Yes, Bernie has delegates. They don't want the backlash on the convention floor. They don't want the media catching them without masks on. They do not want the media catching them in groups, not caring about coronavirus. Total control. They're going to run out the clock, okay? They feel they have a lead here. Now, they know their biggest concern is Biden coming out of that damn basement and standing side by side with Trump. They're trying to figure that hurdle. And they know if they could get past that, they hopefully think they have a big enough lead, okay? Now, I will tell you, coming out of halftime into the second half with a 3-touchdown lead, and you're going to run the ball, first down, try to burn the clock, I got it. 2-touchdown lead, you got to realize, one big mistake, the other team's just within a touchdown of winning the game. Got to be careful. But it's the coach that knows they're out of gas, that knows they have nothing in the bag of tricks. They've got nothing left. They're exhausted. They're up 1 touchdown, and they just hope they can burn out a half. Okay, and their defense can get off the field, and the offense can get them on the field. They're exhausted. They're the ones that make that mistake when they try to just run out the clock. So now that we've done that, I think that's where the Democrats are. I do think they feel they're in the lead, but I think they're coming out of, we'll call it halftime, with knowing if they could just get past these debates, if they can run out the clock. So Monday, Bernie brings it on, and then Andrew Cuomo, the governor right there, okay, New York, Whitmer, Jim Clyburn, Gwen Moore, John Kasich. Now, we're all waiting for John Kasich to come up to badmouth Trump and say, I'm now a part of the Democratic Party. Poor John Kasich. What else could I say? Doug Jones from Alabama, Klobuchar, and Michelle Obama will end the night, Monday night. Michelle will be the closer. Why is Michelle the closer? Then we have Tuesday, Sally Yates. She is the former assistant Attorney General of the United States under what's her name? Loretta Lynch. And then when they couldn't get the confirmation done, she was Attorney General for a short period of time. And you got Chuck Schumer, okay? John Kerry. Now, John Kerry's probably going to tell people how he will get you back in the Iranian deal, and he will get you back into the Green New Deal. He'll get you back into the Paris Climate Accord. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will be on the stage, all right? Bill Clinton. If you were wondering, now they will tell you all the time, they will tell you this tells you something you can go out and say. This is not Joe Biden's party, okay? It's not. They will tell you 7 days a week that Donald Trump, it's his Republican Party, okay? He's the head of the Republic. That's how parties work, folks. It's Donald Trump's Republican Party, okay? This lineup that you see just in the speakers, okay, will let you know very clearly that this is not Joe Biden's Democrat Party. No, he is not in charge. Oh, look at the speakers there. Yeah, Bill Clinton. Do you need Bill Clinton? Do you? I mean, stop to think. Can we win without George W. Bush being on the stage? Can we? Just saying. Yes. Bill Clinton. Why do the Clintons continue? Oh, by the way, Ghislaine Maxwell? Whatever. There's some new guards on the floor where she's at. I don't recognize them. All right, so, and then Dr. Joe Biden. So let's go to Wednesday night. Number 46, Speaker Nancy Pelosi. And then Hillary. Hillary will be there. Hillary Clinton. Why do Bill and Hillary, why do you still need Bill and Hillary in this party? Senator Elizabeth Warren, okay. The vice presidential nominee Wednesday night, and then Barack Obama. Usually I thought the vice presidential nominee closed out Wednesday night, but anyhow, Barack Obama, you want to think for 1 minute that Joe Biden, if you look at this list, you want to think for 1 minute that Joe Biden's in charge of the Democrat Party? You want to think for 1 minute this is not a defund the police, defund law enforcement party? Do you think for 1 minute this is not a Green New Deal that is going to raise your taxes by trillions of dollars party? Oh my God, you've lost. If you don't think that this, I want to know which one of these out of 4 nights, I want to know their spiritual makeup by who is pro-life. Barack Obama. I wonder if Michelle, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, but I wonder if Barack Obama will be running the Joe Biden White House. I just wonder. Anyhow, Thursday night, Cory Booker, Gavin Newsom, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. Now, Keisha Lance Bottoms gets a Thursday night slot. This is the final night. Thursday night slot. Tammy Baldwin, Tammy Duckworth, Chris Coons, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is scheduled. Now, we understand this can all change once that vice presidential nominee slot gets filled up. You know, there could be some juggling. The Biden family. Who? Are we going to find Hunter? Is Hunter going to come out? Is Hunter Biden going to come out? The Biden family. Is Hunter Biden going to come out and say or explain how his tax lien that was on the books for 6 days for like $400,000 was it $400,000? How it got cleared up just like that in 6 days, the tax lien? Is he going to come out, Hunter Biden going to come out and talk about that great deal at Rosemont Capital with the Chinese bought and paid for? Yes. The Bidens are bought and paid for by China, folks. Is he going to come out? Is anybody in the Biden family, is he going to come out and talk about Burisma and Ukraine? Are they going to come out and talk about the millions and billions of dollars that are disappeared? Right? And then last but not least, Joe Biden. Not Joe Biden's party. Joe Biden's family. I'm very interested in who that will be. And if you think for one, Joe Biden will be president of the United States, you are wrong. And polling data says that the president, that most people feel that Joe is not a full one-term president and somebody else will finish his first term. Is that what you're ready to vote for? So let's cut that segment there. The total control, the convention, the Democrat convention totally controlled, and it's not Biden's party. The Democratic Party, they get mad when you say Democrat. The Democratic Party does not belong to Joe Biden. There's a lot of other people in charge. So let's go to a couple videos out there. Let's play the video where the police chief in Seattle, Carmen Best, just quit. Retiring is the nice word. Let's play that video so we can things to close up for.
Good evening, everyone. We're following this breaking news just into the newsroom. Seattle Police Chief Carmen Best is going to resign. This comes after the city council voted just today to cut more than 100 jobs from the police department. Chris Daniels has been following this from the beginning. He confirmed the news just minutes ago. And Chris, you join us by phone. For a lot of people, this is going to come as a shock. Is it a shock to you?
It is a shock, Joyce. Given the conversation over the last couple of months, there was a certain belief that she had been frustrated with the conversation between the mayor and the council. You may remember about 4 or 5 weeks ago, a hastily arranged press conference after Chief Best had indicated that it was not her decision to give up the East Precinct and the controversy over the Chaz and the Chop. There was some thought then that there could be a decision like this, but given that she had weathered the storm, had been so vocal in discussions about cuts to the police department, what I'm hearing from City Hall at this hour is the final straw for her personally was the city council's decision to throw in an amendment that would drastically reduce her pay and the pay of her senior staff without any sort of discussion. Lisa Herbold, who is the head of public safety on the council, called that an error today and made an amendment to.
All right, cut her pay, cut her staff's pay. She was the first black police chief in Seattle's history. Yeah, first black police chief in Seattle, a woman. Okay. She took the role August 13, 2018. Where Democrats just has them nervous. And let me tell you why. Because law enforcement in these major cities, it's headed up by Democrats. Democrats run the cities. They're definitely not going to bring in somebody that's not in line with their political ideology. So these police chiefs in these big cities are Democrats. They're Democrats, okay? They toe the line, the Democrat line. They stand next to the mayor. For the longest time in Philadelphia and Chicago and Seattle and Portland, for the longest time, your police chief or your commissioner, okay, in these massive cities run parallel with the mayor. I mean, they talk about election strategy. The last thing the mayor wants is a police chief running against them because they're strong in these, they're Democrats and they run together, okay? They parallel politically. Now, there's a split in these cities because you need to understand, and I say it like that the police chief in these cities like Seattle, this is a black woman, and this is not a Republican. This is not a Donald Trump voter. This is a Hillary Clinton voter. This is a Barack Obama voter. This is a person going out and getting her friends to vote for Democrats in Seattle in the city council. They've had enough, okay? For one public law enforcement officers in the inner city. Have you seen the commercial with the lady that's just holding the cue cards and she looks Latino and she's talking about defunding the police and she keeps flipping the cue cards and she said, I can't say this out loud. Okay. This police chief, a woman, black, first in Seattle, resignation. You're cutting my pay. You're cutting the staff's pay. You're going to cut 100 jobs. You're cutting the budget. I'm out, man. I'm out. Okay. That is not playing anywhere else, but it's playing in the real world. Okay. So yesterday, somebody was outside the White House. It sounded like 2 shots were fired. It really turned John Roberts. It really messed up John Roberts with Fox. His fake tan even turned white yesterday. I mean, he was, I hate to say white as a ghost. Oh my God, I'm in so much trouble. Okay. But I love it. They come in, the Secret Service comes in and they get Trump, the president, and they say, Mr. President, you got to come with us now just for security reasons. We got something out on the white lawn. We're going to kill somebody real quick. We'll have this done and over with. So, and then they come back and the media wants to know, were they shooting at you, Mr. President? Did you have to duck? Were you ever concerned? Were you in the bunker? Where were you? Did we almost get rid of you? I mean, they went nuts. It was hilarious. But one of them said, did it rattle you? And it came back. What the hell? So play that one. Do I seem rattled? Do you have that one? Let's play that video.
They'll have a full report. Secret Service, in a little while, will have a full report.
Are you rattled by this at all, Mr. President?
I don't know. Do I seem rattled? It's unfortunate that this is a world, but the world's always been a dangerous place. It's not something that's unique.
I know that's not in depth, but this guy every day never ceases to amaze me with one of his answers, or his cool, or his calm. Okay. I don't know. Do I seem rattled? What the hell? Do I seem? I love with his what the hell reaction. What the hell? Do I seem rattled? And I think we have one more video. And I love this one because the Democrats will rush right by, and we'll show you a couple pictures because we got 5 minutes. They will rush right by the facts. Okay. So just picture this in your mind. It's a whole group of Democrat liberal reporters running to get the story, and they got to jump a hurdle. You know, it's all the truth about General Flynn, all the truth about Comey, all the truth about Spygate, Obama, treason. All this truth is out there, and they will take their camera and swim down in the mud and do a crawl in the mud, and then get up and jump 3 hurdles. I'm talking, these are all the facts to get to this fake narrative. As long as it says Russia, if they can get to Russia, they just love it. Meddling in Russia. It's just like, oh, you know, it's like a rainbow after a good. Play that tape. Trump gives perfect response to the liberal reporter.
Mr. President, you just mentioned President Putin and the possibility of inviting him here because he's important. Your own Director of National Intelligence has said that Russia is currently planning or actually meddling in the election. Have you raised that directly with Putin ever?
They said China, Russia, Iran, and probably others. But because of the fake news, they seem to think Russia plays the best. So,
yeah, no, it's not me.
So what they do, it's all right. Well, I'm just saying the way the politicians look. The other day, they said the 3 countries. They said China, and Russia and Iran. And some reporter got up and said, Russia is meddling. I said, well, didn't it mention China and Iran? Why didn't you mention them too? So I don't know. You know what I'm telling you? I'll tell you who's meddling in our elections. The Democrats are meddling by wanting and insisting on sending mail-in ballots where there's corruption all over the place. If you check what happened in New York, a small, relatively small race with Carolyn Maloney, and they called her the winner the other day because I was mentioning it at conferences and getting a lot of action on that statement. So they called her, they declared her the winner, and they have no idea who won. And the person, her opponent, is very angry. But they had mail-in voting, and they had hundreds and I think even thousands of ballots that are missing, that were fraudulent. Take a look at the Carolyn Maloney race. Take a look at Paterson, New Jersey. Take a look now at this one in Virginia, where they mailed out 500,000 applications, and they go into people that aren't supposed to be getting an application. Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Secretary Pompeo is heading to Europe again.
All right, so I had to answer somebody. So they will run right by all the facts. They will hurdle everything. They will take a chance with the heavy cameras. Bring the courts, bring the courts. I see Russian meddling up there. But there's all these stories here we could be doing. Hush, just bring the camera. You don't say a word. You just bring the camera. We have 2 quick minutes. I want to put this up. This is a one we want to watch. I'm not going to be able to go to the polling data I wanted to today. Let me just see. This lady right here, number 60. We're hoping number 60. Omar in Minnesota, 5th. We're hoping, yes, I have hopes that she will lose today. I will have hopes that even though they're really, this is Antoine, right? Is that his name? Antoine, number 59. Antone. Is this Antone? This is her opponent, although Antone is not a, a right-wing, not right-wing conservative. At the same time, I'd like for the Minnesota 5th to say this is going to be big tonight. They're not talking about this one on the news. Nobody's talking about this one because this is going to be big tonight. Keep in mind, if you're heading to New York City, yes, if you're headed in New York City, these are the list, number 61, of the current checkpoints that you will have to be concerned about. George Washington Bridge. You know, I find it interesting because I have crossed every one of these, okay? Now, I used to go out to Riverhead, Long Island. You see Nassau? I used to go all the way out there. I used to go to Brooklyn. See, Brooklyn, Staten Island, you jump from Staten Island to Brooklyn. There you go. The Bayonne Bridge, all right? The Goethals, and then the Bayonne, and then the next thing you know, you're in Brooklyn. So I've been on the GW, upper deck, downer deck, used to be, take the GW over to Yankee Stadium, get off there, boom, to the right, Yankee Stadium right there on the left. All right. Lincoln Tunnel, Holland Tunnel, Interstate 78 there, and then the Lincoln Tunnel, and the Holland Tunnel, and the Goethals, and the Bayonne, and the Outer Bridge Crossing. I tell you what, there's nothing like being in the Holland Tunnel at 5 o'clock with all of those fumes and somebody break down in the tunnel, and they're trying to get them out of there. All right, that being said, all the traffic there that you have, nothing like the COVID-19 checkpoints. Forget the crime spree in Chicago. They're going to do contact tracing. And give me number 29 real quick. The Washington Post Republican Senator Ron Johnson, there from Wisconsin, subpoenas FBI for documents related to 2016 Russia investigation. The media will run right over the facts to make sure they get to Russian meddling. I'm your host, BKP. It's 10:01, a little late. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We hope tomorrow we will have election results tonight. So go to FYN tonight. We hope we'll have election results, okay, for you. We'll try to keep up those. And hey, go vote. Go vote, damn it. Excuse me. Foul language. Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. Come right back here. Don't be late.